Alright, hello scholars, welcome back. What I want us to do is, after our review, we're going to take out our sketchbook, open up to the next blank page, and we're going to start taking some more notes and then get into an activity. So go ahead and stand up for your review. So color, line, shape, color, line, shape, form, value, texture, and then space, space, space. Remember? Because it goes out, out, out like an echo. So that's space, space, space. Let's try it again. Color, line, shape, form, value, texture, and space, space, space. Good job, everybody. All right. Okay. On the top of your page, you're going to write the words descriptive contour lines. And I'll give you some time to write that. You can pause it if you would like to write that down. After you're done, draw an asterisk underneath descriptive contour lines on the left side. Okay, what is a descriptive contour line? A descriptive contour line is an outline that uses thin and thick lines to describe an object's depth. So what does that mean? Go ahead and pause first. We'll talk about it after you write the definition. Pause here. The words are on the screen for you. Let's take a look at this cup. This cup has depth because it's a form, right? It's not a shape, it's a form. So the front here would be drawn darker, and that is something called atmospheric perspective as well. And I will show you an example of that. So it's the representation of a form using dark and thin lines. So the thicker or the darker line is on the outside, or the other part that's closest to you. This side of the cup is closest to you. This side is closest to me, but I'm behind. I'm in the back. So this is the back, and this is the front of the cup. So this line that you would draw would be thicker, thinner, thicker, thinner in the back, okay? So here's an example of that. So here we have our thick and our thin lines. Okay, so what is atmospheric perspective? Atmospheric perspective is something that happens when color and light come into play with each other, and they kind of deceive your eyes a little bit. So here's a picture of some mountains, and odds are these mountains are actually all the same color, right? However, they all look like different shades of blue. So the front mountain looks even darker, right, than the back mountain. So it's slowly changing in value, which is one of our elements of art, slowly changing from dark to light based on the way that your eye perceives it with the light interacting, okay? So that kind of comes into play when we draw with our descriptive contour lines. So let's look at our second example. We're going to look at this cube that I drew. The front of the cube, where are you? The front of the cube is darker, and the back of the cube gets lighter. Do we see that? So I use lines to slowly get lighter. And I apologize for having to cover this up. I did a goofy thing, and I taught my whole lesson without pressing record. So I wrote it all down already. Okay, so what I'm going to have us do is look at this picture. This is a painting by Giorgio Morandi, and it was made in 1920. This is still life, okay? And this is using kitchen objects. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at this picture and tell me which items are the closest ones to you and which items are the furthest away. So in your sketchbook, write down kind of like two columns like this. Ooh, if I can get there. Closest and furthest away. And then write down which items are closer and which ones are further away. Go ahead and pause and do that now. Okay, I went ahead and wrote mine down, and here's what I came up with. the end of the knife handle right here is the closest thing to me because it's coming off of the table. The second closest thing are the croissants. And the third closest thing is this blue jar. Okay? So the furthest things away, the first furthest thing is definitely this clear water jar with this clear vase. And then this wine glass or champagne flute. And then the bowl. So the bowl is kind of in between. But these two things are definitely the furthest away. These three things are definitely the closest to me. Okay? So I went ahead and wrote those down. The best way for us to go about drawing this picture is to use measurements that look kind of like this. It looks a little scary and it looks a little insane, but I promise you it works. It makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I look at this picture, and here's the halfway mark. It's the top or the back of the table. Okay? So I'm going to draw that out. So here is halfway. Now, you need to be doing this with pencil. Do not do it with anything else because you have to erase. I'm just doing this for you guys to be able to see it. So this bowl sits more on the bottom of the halfway mark. Do you see that? There's more space on the bottom. There's a little bit of space on top. So we'll draw our bowl, and it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth item in a row. So it's going to be right here. Sorry, the third item in a row, so right here. So the top of the bowl is going to be, about right here, and then the bottom has to be lower than that, so we're going to put it right there. So then we're going to use the bowl for the next measurement. This blue vase is a little taller than the bowl, so we're going to draw a line right there. And the bottom of it is a little bit lower than the bottom of the bowl. Draw a line right there. So it's a little bit bigger than the bowl. Next we have this champagne flute, and the bowl cuts it right in half. So we know that this is the halfway mark. So we're going to draw our line right here. And then whatever's halfway, right about there. And then we have this last picture, the last face. Top of it is just a little above the champagne flute. Draw that line. Bottom of it is above the bottom of the bowl. Right there. And then your croissant will just come down about right here. And your knife as well. So now you have all the markings. So this is what your picture should look like. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our pencil and we're going to accentuate all the lines, all of the lines that are closest and furthest away from us. So we know that the knife is the closest thing to us. I'm going to make that thicker. And it's going to get thinner as it goes back. You see that? And then the croissant, parts of it are going to be closer. Not the whole croissant. So it's only the parts that are absolutely the closest. So on our croissant, it's the front right here that's the closest part. Okay? So that's going to be our darkest part for each of them, is the front of the croissant. It's really fun to say croissant this many times. And it's going to get a little lighter as it goes back until it's just light enough. Okay? So are we seeing how the added lines make it look like it's coming closer to you, or that it looks like you can kind of grab it? Okay? And then here we have the champagne flute. Where is it? Right here. So the bottom of that darker because it's coming towards you, right? It's coming towards you. So it's darker on the front of the bottom, right there, and right there. And then it'll be about the same around, and then water, darker. Okay, and we're going to keep applying the same thing for all the rest of these items. So here, it would go further back, so it's lighter, further back, darker on top, darker right here because it's coming closer to you, darker right here, it's coming closer to you, darker right here, it's coming closer to you. So I need to be able to see very clearly that you have applied this practice with your drawing. So I need to be able to see that you've done this contour descriptive line drawing. Okay, this is all you need to do. You don't have to draw the details of this blue jar. Don't worry about it. I want a very clear effort made to create depth with your contour lines. If you're still confused about this, please let me know. I really want to try to help you as best I can. And don't worry about it looking perfect. We're going to continue working on this concept when you come back to school, hopefully next week. I really hope so. All right, this is it, guys. When you're done, take a picture of it and submit it to Google Classroom, and then finish the exit ticket. Bye. Have a good day.